few days, the wait will be over. The International Olympic Committee will be choosing between three very promising bids from Annecy, Munich and PyeongChang to decide which of these towns will host the 2018 Winter Olympic Games. This will be South Korea's third consecutive attempt after finishing runners-up twice.
In South Korea, it's said that when you really want something, you're sure to get it.
10 years after its first bid, PyeongChang's third campaign is undoubtedly the most rounded. Although the location is the one where the average snowfall is the lowest of the three, this proposal has one very important asset. All the events will take place between two areas very close to each other. Alpensia for all the snow sports and Gangnam on the coast for all the ice events.
From the two Olympic villages, it will take the athletes less than 10 minutes to reach the sites. And what's more, there's only half an hour travelling time between the two main venues.
70% of the installations have already been built. For example, this Olympic stadium for the ski jump, which will be the venue for the opening and closing ceremonies. The bid includes the construction of new roads and also a high-speed railway line which will cut the travelling time between Seoul and PyeongChang to just over an hour. The installations for the downhill slope, the ice rinks and the two Olympic villages have yet to be built. What makes this Korean proposal so different is that it is particularly based on renewable energy, with the principal aim being, for the only time in Olympic history, the first Winter Olympic Games to be held without any CO2 emissions. PyeongChang has been perfecting its proposal for the past 10 years. The work that has been done is truly exceptional, and for everyone here, failure just isn't an option. According to recent studies, between 92 and 98% of South Koreans support the bid.
For the past 10 years, we've been working to bring the games here, so we can't fail. In South Korea, it's said that when you fail twice, you always succeed the third time.
30 years ago, winter sports were practically unheard of for most South Koreans. Today, there are more than 30 ski resorts in the country, and 3 out of 4 young people practice skiing or snowboarding. Now the aim is no longer to convince the South Koreans, but to make the country the Asian hub for winter sports. Tourism experts are certain it will be. The trend is definitely underway.
Every year, the growth rates of winter tourism in this region alone is like 30% increase over the previous year. This is a new movement in the winter sports, and if we get the Winter Olympics, it'll explode.
Coming 5th in the medal ranking in the last Olympic Games in Vancouver, South Korea notably came higher than Switzerland and Austria. And then in February, the country succeeded in winning no less than 13 gold medals during the Asian Winter Games. The South Korean athletes are really outstanding on the ice. Mo Tae-bum and Lee Sung-hun are respectively the Olympic champions for the 500 and 10,000 meters speed skating. For them, defeat is not an option.
I'm already in training to win some medals in 2018. I'm very confident. We're going to get the games. I'm 24 and I'll be 30 in 2018. So if we get to the games, I could still win an Olympic medal.
The IOC will be meeting on the 6th of July in Durban to make their final choice between Annecy, Munich and PyeongChang. And it's still an open field, as Belgium's Jack Roeg, the head of the International Olympic Committee, recently pointed out. At the present time, there are no favourites.